So this is part of my Fashion History 101 series where I try to create a brief overview and history about a specific topic in around 10 minutes or less. And this is the fashion history of Prada. You can check out my channel for more videos about other history of fashion items. So let's talk about the history. The brand Prada dates back over 100 years, which is amazing, but it's not surprising considering that many luxury brands actually date back over 100 years. I mean, I believe Chanel already does for sure, as well as Hermes. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head right now. The first store that Prada had opened in Milan in 1913, which is why it says established in 1913 on their little triangle logo, and it was established in the well-known Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. Oops, I hit myself in the face with my fingers. This is a very famous vaulted shopping space in Milan, Italy. And as you know, Milan, Italy is the fashion capital of the world and one of the main places where Fashion Week is held. But this Galleria especially is also an architectural wonder. So it is actually a truly iconic place for Prada to have their store. And they are actually right in the center space of this vaulted cross-like place too, which makes it even more special. Mario Prada is the grandfather of Miuccia Prada, who is the current owner, and he was the first person to start this store. And Mario Prada actually had like this idea, very patriarchal idea, that women should not work, and he believed that men should carry on the business. So he tried to pass on the business to his son. But his son, ironically, didn't want anything to do with the business itself, so he's like, I'm out. So then Mario had to pass it on to his son's daughter, Luisa, ironically. And Luisa actually elevated the brand over the 20 years or so that she worked in that position, and then she passed it on to her daughter, Miuccia. In 1919, the brand Prada was awarded the title Official Supplier of the Italian Royal House, and that's where Prada got its signature logo, or logos. I'm looking at both the triangle one as well as the one that's the logo encased in a circle of rope, but this is inspired by the House of Savoy coat of arms, and I'll insert a photo here between the logo or logos and the coat of arms so you can see the direct comparison. And I did not know this before I researched this video, and this is the most interesting part of fashion history, is that you get to learn things that you did not know before about brands. If you look here on the coat of arms, you can see that the coat of arms has this sort of crest with a cross and a crown, and that's also on both of the Prada logos, the triangle as well as the one within the rope. But there's also this rope pattern around the crest of arms for the House of Savoy, which is also on one of the logos that Prada has as well. So now you know a little bit more about Prada. Prada got this from designing suitcases, trunks, handbags, and shoes through boutiques in Milan, and then also had clients across Europe and the US. Though at the time, the signature Prada suitcase was actually made out of walrus skin, which made it pretty water resistant. But because it was ill-suited for travel, air travel, Prada then started to make handbags and leather goods. And currently, the Prada house currently houses a couple of brands underneath it as well, such as Miu Miu, Church's, Carshoe, oh, I'm gonna butcher this name, Pasticceria Marchesi. If you're Italian, maybe politely tell me how that's actually supposed to be pronounced. If you're enjoying this video, give this video a like so that it can spread to more people, and subscribe so you don't miss the things we do on this channel related to fashion, fashion history, and couture. When we get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, I will be letting my subscribers pick the next topic for the videos that I do that is fashion related. Alright, so let's talk about Miuccia herself, because she is quite a character. Did you know that Miuccia was an Italian communist mime with a PhD in poli-sci? She's a very eccentric character. In 1978, Miuccia Prada took over her grandfather's company, and she was a former mime who spent 5 years studying at Milan's Teatro Piccolo, and she has a doctorate in political science. Everything I've read has told me that she is actually a fashion icon with her own sense of style, but she never went into it because, quote, she believed fashion was the worst place for a feminist in the 60s. As well as when she came into the business, there's already a struggle for Prada because they were up against similar competition like Gucci and they were really struggling financially. And at this point, her mom, Louisa, had made it a name in the luxury community, but they hadn't made it the ubiquitous Prada that it is now, because Prada is like one of those super well-known luxury brands, and it wasn't quite that yet until Miuccia came on board. She took Prada towards haute couture, where it was not before. But at the same time that she came on board and inherited Prada, she married Patrizio Bertelli. He became the business side of the company, and she became the creative side. So that allowed her to do whatever she wanted and experiment as a fashion designer for Prada. And then in 1992, she presented the more affordable Miu Miu line, which is targeted towards younger consumers with a more flowing, feminine set of designs in the collection. So the simplicity and classic appearance continued in this brand the way that the sister brand Prada had been doing. And I think Miu Miu is actually a really cute name because Miuccia shortened to Miu Miu. Miuccia is really revolutionary as a character, not just for Prada, but the fashion industry in general, because of her revolutionizing the idea of luxury because of the way that she experimented with different materials and techniques. What other brand can you think of that's luxury that does nylon? She experimented from everything from mirror fragments to beaded latex. Now let's talk about things that make Prada unique. So Prada came out with their signature nylon called EcoNyl in their products, and this came about because Miuccia had started making backpacks out of nylon. She's been making waterproof backpacks since 1970 from a nylon fabric called Pocone, and she unveiled the now classic Prada handbag made out of black nylon. In 1985, it was viral. The bag was so popular because it was edgy, unique, but it was also functional and sturdy because it was waterproof and nylon. The material that she used was used in military tents, and it was used to create this luxury handbag, so people were intrigued. The Prada backpack was made using industrial weight nylon for army tents. That really kind of tells you right there the level of quality of the fabric and how durable it was. According to Miss Miuccia herself, she said, quote, "Suddenly nylon started to look more intriguing to me than couture fabrics. I decided to introduce it to the catwalk, and it challenged, even changed, the traditional and conservative idea of luxury. I am still obsessed with it." Quote Miss Prada. Her first backpack in nylon was called the Vela, or Vela? I'm not Italian, but that was debuted in 1984. And ever since then, Prada has become known for their backpacks, specifically nylon. And at the time, people were criticizing her for selling nylon for the same price that leather, an old traditional luxury material, was priced at. At the time, nylon was selling for the same price, if not more, than what leather bags were selling for. People were criticizing that because nylon is not as luxurious as leather. She said that, quote, "Those bags were more expensive than the leather ones because learning how to work with the nylon took 3 or 4 years. We had to develop the technique. Back in the 1990s, I found a company that was spinning a very specific type of nylon. It was more expensive than silk because the thread was really thin and very precious." End quote. So it makes sense why she was pricing it more, because it was such a unique and innovative material for ready-to-wear production at the time. And then in 2019, the company introduced the Re-Nylon collection. This line uses EcoNyl, which is a sustainable yarn that can be recycled indefinitely and is made from waste nylon. By waste nylon, I mean like old fishing nets, fabric scraps, industrial plastics, carpet flooring and stuff, which I definitely believe that EcoNyl is a thing that we should be using more in the future, and is definitely a step in the right direction because nylon is otherwise a plastic that can really harm the environment and pollute our waterways. I am a big advocator for sustainability, so I think this is actually a really great thing that they're doing. I just wish that the nylon that they were using for their products prior to 2019 would have been made from a sustainable product. We cannot stop without talking about the things that make the Prada silhouette so iconic. In the 1990s, Prada became really well known for a classic silhouette. They were able to look sleek and cool without trying too hard, and that's kind of what Prada is kind of really known for to this day. Especially in the 1990s, Prada kind of became known for simple styles, mostly beautifully in neutral colors like black, brown, gray, green, and creams, and that kind of became the signature Prada look. So if you look at a lot of Prada designs, you will see this theme reemerge, especially Prada green. And the stores became known for this beautiful, clean, sleek aesthetic, as well as this signature green hue. And the hues were painted on the walls, so it became known as Prada green. The first green store was opened in Milan in Via della Spiga. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a like so that it can spread to more people, and likes are free. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you won't want to miss the things we do on this channel related to fashion, fashion history, and couture. In this video, we talked about the fashion history of Prada. If you want to see more, go to my channel and check out some playlists that I have dedicated to the fashion history of iconic items and people. If we can get this channel to 1,000 subs, then I will be letting my viewers pick the next video topic for this channel that is fashion related. And this is my way of giving back to the viewers and thanking them for the dedication. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time.